Welcome, SFL Nation, to re-signing Roundup, day number 3. More signings official on day 3, nearly than the first 2 days combined. I am SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine. We have an exciting show for you here tonight. Got a couple of great guests along with me as well. And we will get right into it, folks. Our first guest, this man was the Defensive Player of the Week in week number 10. He bursted onto the scene just 2 months ago in the SFL. In that week 10 Defensive Player of the Week honor, 12 tackles, 1 assisted, 2 tackles for losses, 2 interceptions, and a touchdown. This man in 3 straight games had at least 10 tackles. Against Houston, had 18 total tackles, including 2 tackles for loss and 2 passes defended. He had a pass defense in 5 of his last 6 games and interceptions in 4 of the 7 games he played in this season, and he re-signs tonight with the Chicago Wildcats. Strong safety, Ryan Yosef. How you doing tonight, Ryan?
I'm doing great. Hey, yo.
What was it like coming into the Wildcats team, a team that kind of, for lack of a better phrase, cleaned house there for a little bit, reshuffled about 30% of his roster in the middle of the season, but had an incredible run after that roster shift. What was it like being a part of sort of a rejuvenated locker room?
It's all about hitting that refresh button for us there in the middle of the season. I think it turned out really well for the Wildcats. We found ourselves in the playoffs and had quite a few laughs along the way. I think it's a good mix of guys with a goal on improving, having fun, and trying to improve the game of football.
If it wasn't for the defending champion now, Atlanta Swarm, Chicago finished 4-1 down the stretch. The only loss, a nail-biter to the Denver Nightwings, which I remember all too well as calling that game. But so many victories down the line. What was maybe your favorite moment of season 14 in Chicago?
For me, it was about the stout defense and watching where everybody flying around the ball. I think we had some great rookies come out and show out. I'm excited to whatever next year looks like to actually get a chance for us all to shine year long and see what we can create, because it's really tough coming in the middle of the year and trying to gain traction with all the different types of personalities in this league. I think what we're looking towards is the future, and there's some great things.
Chicago made a couple of TV appearances in the local market, WGN, and then also the CBS affiliate there in Chicago. Did you happen to make the TV highlight film or show anybody of that TV presence for Chicago?
I hit that retweet button pretty hard. I was heckling every single one of those stations and ESPN and Bleacher Report affiliates on the rundown, because we sit out here and we listen to the media and they complain there's no sports to follow, but we have something right here for them. And I think we're getting slighted, but we had a chance. We got into some of those major markets. We have some good personalities to share, and it's really tough. I don't think I would be able to bounce Mike Improta from the highlight reel and the personality. So, he had a chance to step out. It was exciting to see him, that's for sure.
You involve your daughter in a lot of social media videos. The production is all pretty adorable. What type of family atmosphere is it on Chicago Wildcat game days?
We definitely jack like I think a family would, back and forth, and any chance where we can include our kids. I don't know if it's wise to sit down and have ribs and not include at least a couple family members if there's enough to go around, let's be honest. But when it comes to the social media, we just try to create a goofy presence, and inviting some more people to the party is never a bad thing.
How would you say the outlook is for the Wildcats in season 14 or season 15, excuse me? And as we discuss that outlook, have you gotten a chance to check out any minor league action and anybody standing out to you that you hope would be in a Wildcat uniform next year?
I'm hoping we build to the future. I think what we have is a good nucleus, a good base, and after having had a chance to watch quite a few of the games. For me, I always like to watch the defensive line. I haven't seen much jump out to me as far as what we need to target because I trust my leadership to pick what fits.
Chat shout-outs here. Matthew Lee, Mike Improda, Trident OGC, Shan Varner, Project X Crusade, Andrew Hamilton, Atlanta Swarm, and many others in the YouTube chat right now. Final thoughts, Ryan, before we let you go, get to our next guest.
I'm really happy to be a part of it. I appreciate the ability to jump in mid-year, and we'll keep those offenses on notice because if I know anything, it's Chicago owns the yard 1 through about yard 5. If you can get past there, you might be okay, but in those first 5 yards, you're in trouble.
There you go, Ryan Yosef, strong safety. Chicago Wildcats back for the team for a full season in season 15. Thanks for joining us, Ryan. All right, next up, a man that everybody knows all too well. He's a veteran of this league, and in Week 12, he was part of the honorable. Well, excuse me. I stand corrected. I thought I found the money. I digress. Let's get to his numbers. In that Week 12, I know he's here somewhere. 210 yards on 19 carries for 3 touchdowns. 3 times in the last season, this player had at least 3 rushing touchdowns, which is quite an unbelievable feat. His team won all of those games and scored at least 38 points in all of those games. He also had 5 games with a receiving touchdown, and that is the one and only T. Roy Gaines of the Baltimore Vultures, getting a whopping 105.35 value at running back, and one of the voices of the SFL on FTF and 11 Sports. It's T. Roy Gaines. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine, Cam. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm good. I knew that your name popped up in the Players of the Week there for week number 12. I just couldn't find it. I think you may have gotten a slight nod, but Liam Hammer stole your thunder there with his 241 and 3 touchdowns.
Hey, you can't knock that with 241. So, hey, I'll be happy to be an honorable mention anytime. That means, thankfully, I helped my team win the game. That's the more important thing there.
I think what everybody would love to know about Baltimore is, number one, what's been the mood like in the locker room since that another home playoff loss, and what is so great, what keeps you coming back to Baltimore every season. The Vultures have a very solid core.
Well, you can answer both questions with the same answer. It is the locker room itself. We are very positive. We always have each other's back whenever any of us have a bad game. And those who know me personally, especially in the Discord chat, I'm definitely my biggest critic when it comes to us losing, because I feel like I don't do enough to help us win the game. And my teammates always have my back, and hopefully they feel the same with me having theirs. And I think that's the reason why our locker room basically stays intact for the most part, because the support there, starting at the very top with TJ and then all the way down to just me. I mean, everybody in this locker room is a tight-knit group.
How many seasons have you been doing broadcasting? 3?
Actually, I started the middle of my rookie year in season 11.
So almost 4. So
Almost 4.
Yeah, you've seen the broadcasts behind the scenes sort of transform, from season to season to season. I sometimes marvel at, especially in the minor league, everything is working so cohesively behind the scenes now. Everybody just shows up and rocks the house. What is your take, just from a player perspective, on broadcasting and just some of the talent that's come in to the league, and how good of a group that is when we meet every week during the season to touch on the schedule?
As a player coming in doing broadcasting for the first time since season 11, and I still feel the same way now. It is not easy at all to do what you've been doing, Cam. Everybody else on the broadcast team has been doing. Try to be prepared for each broadcast that we do. A lot of work goes into it. I personally spend about a couple hours trying to do research, and then try not to be nervous when you actually are on a mic doing what we're actually doing right now, talking to everybody else. It's very, very hard. I'm always nervous whenever I do this. So, and to see and hear the broadcast crew every week, especially now with the SFLM, I definitely love two broadcasters, the ones who did the Lincoln Annapolis game, Mikey and Tim. Oh, they're awesome. I can't wait to hear them. Hopefully, when the season 15 starts.
Yeah, I know you're very hard on yourself, T-Roy, so I'm going to give you a prop that maybe you didn't realize. 20 total touchdowns in season 14. That is a career high, so congratulations. 14 on the ground and 6 through the air. 1,804 all-purpose yards. That was near a career high, just under season 12's figures, but obviously growing as a player. You've got a hefty contract here in front of you, and what are you most looking forward to season 15?
Just getting back with my teammates. I think that we have something special. We did lose 3 members this off season, so we'll have to rebuild through free agency and through the draft. You know, hint, hint, nudge, nudge with that draft. But I'm looking forward to get back in the locker room with my teammates, getting started, and also TJ got some nice surprises with us with the uniforms. I love what I see. I know the uniforms in that other league, the reveal of the uniforms in the other league has been very high, very hyped up. I definitely love what TJ has done with the uniforms too, and I can't wait to get back on the field and hopefully get over this hump and make the championship and possibly win it.
Final thoughts, T-Roy, before we get to the massive list of signings here this evening.
Well, I always want to say thank you to everybody in the SFL Nation, especially you, Cam, everybody else, TJ as well, my owner. Thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate it because your guys' feedback's been helping me as a broadcaster improve. So I seriously appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. And I can't wait to get back in the booth and get started for season 15.
All right, T-Roy Gaines, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, Cam.
All right, and a programming note for everybody out there. The SFL re-signing roundup will conclude Monday night, same time, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. We'll actually break down signings by team. Your signings, official signings will come throughout the day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, in the signings channel in Discord as signings wind down a little bit compared to what we had over the last few days as free agency's right around the corner. Tuesday starts free agency, and we'll be right back here then as well for our first free agent frenzy show Tuesday night here on YouTube. So you won't want to miss that as we get closer to the Pro Bowl, schedule release show, all the other festivities of the SFL offseason. And with that, we get ready for tonight's re-signing announcements here on the SFL Network on YouTube. All of you watching out there are ready, and we're ready. Dim the lights. Here we go. Albert Begin, free safety, Queen City Corsairs. Alex Bond, strong safety, Jacksonville Kings. Alex Dominguez, big sexy, defensive end, Florida Storm. Angus McLean, quarterback, London Knights, joins the 100 Club. Bernard Gooden, cornerback, Jacksonville Kings. Buchanan Simons, wide receiver, Charleston Predators. Christian Christensen, quarterback, Jacksonville Kings. Chris Andrews, defensive end, Tulsa Desperados. Chris Curtis, wide receiver, Queen City Corsairs, a.k.a. the logo. D.D. Sachs, defensive end, Arizona Scorpions. Deacon Nickens, quarterback, Tulsa Desperados. Devin Say, free safety, London Knights. Dexter Jackson, linebacker, Mexico City Aztecs. Des Troyer, defensive tackle, Denver Nightwings. DJ Moses II, running back, Arizona Scorpions. Espen Real, linebacker, Tulsa Desperados. Forrest Stark, linebacker, Carolina Skyhawks. Frank Smith, linebacker, Baltimore Vultures. Giovanni Bolt, free safety, Baltimore Vultures. Han Tayumi, cornerback, Mexico City Aztecs. Hunter Norwood, defensive tackle, Jacksonville Kings. Ivory Irvin, wide receiver, Baltimore Vultures. A 111 value. Jack Brown, linebacker, Charleston Predators. Jack Hoffman, linebacker, Charleston Predators. Jaden Swift, defensive tackle, Tulsa Desperados. James Peanuts Troll, kicker, Queen City Corsairs. Jared Willis, running back, Jacksonville Kings, a 107 value. Jay Taylor, tight end, Charleston Predators. Jeff Hollywood, defensive end, Charleston Predators. Jeff Duffy, defensive end, Queen City Corsairs. Joe Dazzo, linebacker, Baltimore Vultures. Joey Tropicana, linebacker, Arizona Scorpions. Joseph Saboka, defensive tackle, Charleston Predators. Josh Reese, free safety, Charleston Predators. Claude Liu, offensive lineman, Florida Storm. Logan Keel, wide receiver, Denver Nightwings. Mana Kanaka, cornerback, Arizona Scorpions. Marquise Reed, free safety, London Knights. Marvin Himes, cornerback, Baltimore Vultures. Mike Improda, fullback, Chicago Wildcats. Nate Heslip, cornerback, Tulsa Desperados. Nene Ferris, cornerback, Queen City Corsairs. Nikki Colentrelli, free safety, Las Vegas Fury. Optimus Klein, wide receiver, Florida Storm. Phil Hall, defensive tackle, Carolina Skyhawks. Rochelle Colston, free safety, Carolina Skyhawks. Rhett Sawyer, defensive end, Las Vegas Fury. Ron Hoff, cornerback, Chicago Wildcats. Ryan Tobin, free safety, Florida Storm. Stephen Bush, wide receiver, Florida Storm. Stu McKenzie, offensive lineman, Mexico City Aztecs. Tyquan Hale, defensive end, Jacksonville Kings. T.D. Drew, quarterback, Charleston Predators, joins the 100 Club. Tucker Lewis, defensive end, Baltimore Vultures. Tiberius Bovine, tight end, Arizona Scorpions. Warren Murray, running back, Houston Hyenas in the 100-point club. And Zane Doty, cornerback, Carolina Skyhawks. In total, 59 signings across the SFL landscape, and that brings us to, if my math is correct, 119 re-signing announcements through the first 3 days. Re-signing continues Friday, Saturday, Sunday in the Signings Channel Discord. Back here Monday night at 8 Central, 9 Eastern to wrap up the re-signing period and get into the free agency talk and buzz with some of the analysts around the league. And of course, Tuesday, one of the most exciting days, maybe third to the schedule release and the rookie draft of the offseason. It is the first day of free agency, and we expect plenty of fireworks out there. And we hope you're along for the ride. For all of us at the Simulation Football League, this has been a presentation of the SFL Network on YouTube. I am SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine, and thanks for being here for tonight's show. Have a great evening and a great weekend, everybody. And we'll see you back here on Monday night.